Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. Are you living that life? Alright, so what stops us from really feeling good about life? Things happen that we don't want. Or things are not happening that we do want, and we're not getting what we want. And that is strictly the ego. The ego relies on the material world to make it happy, and that's really tough because that's what we're in, right? It's like, but I am here and I do have to pay my bills, and it gets very frustrating. Now when we go into that inner place where we bypass it, we go to such a euphoric state of joy and happiness that all of a sudden our projections to the outside world start to create amazing things, and we no longer have the problems. We don't see things as problems, and then when challenges come, well, they get resolved easily because we're already past the stage of having to learn so many of the things that the ego still battles with. So what do you do when you run into a problem? Well, what is a problem? Ask yourself if what you're experiencing really is a problem or an opportunity. So I believe everything's an opportunity. Now, most of the problems we run into stem from other people, right? It's usually somebody else doing something that you feel like you have no control over. If you can see that as an opportunity for you to correct, let's just say, negative thinking or a negative perspective, then it has been placed there for you on purpose. Everything has been. So if you get the person who challenges you and you believe that they are stopping you from doing something, or you need something and they're not giving it to you or whatever, then I have a little practice for you that could be very powerful. If you can see absolutely every single thing that goes wrong and stop yourself in your tracks before you go off on some tangent about this shouldn't happen and you're battling with people, if you can say, what is the opportunity here? How can I use this for good? So let's say you have an issue at work. Ask yourself what the opportunity is here. So instead of trying to make the job or the boss or anything else work for you and have it work, it's not. It's not where you want it to be, and it's not happening. So what is your opportunity there? Why don't you go create something amazing yourself? So every time I see a gap in a service or somebody not performing in a way that I think is very effective, for me it's an opportunity to create something of my own that fills that gap that will reward me and help other people. So I look for those opportunities because whenever there's a gap out there of some kind, it's an opportunity for you to be great. So even with charities, if there's some way for you to make a charity, improve a charity or a situation, you can say, what could I do to change this and be the trailblazer? This is how people become wealthy and how people become extremely successful in the areas that they desire. They're thinking outside of the box, and they don't look to others to solve their problems. Somebody said, well, you could manifest money by just asking for it from somebody else. Well, okay, is that really manifesting money, or is that just an exchange? Is that really doing anything for you? Is that an expansion, or is that a drain on somebody else and yourself? Because that's really not solving any challenges for you. So what about creating yourself and expanding? Because when you're giving, you can receive, and when you receive, you can give more. What is the opportunity in whatever challenge you're going through? So if you're in a bad situation at home or whatever, what's the opportunity? I can completely change my situation by not acting and behaving like the person I've been that has been downtrodden, who thinks that there's no way out, and that whole way of thinking, that hasn't been working for me. What's the opportunity here? The opportunity is, hello, McFly, you can change how you're thinking, acting, and become a different person who no longer stands for abuse or whatever it is you're going through. It's an opportunity for change. It's an opportunity for you to create something that's different and take charge. So many times we look at the boss, the spouse, the kids, the whatever it is, as the problem. Herein is our problem, not theirs. They're presenting an opportunity. The opportunity, especially in business, for me, it's like, oh good, there's nothing else out there like this. So it's not a lack, it's actually an opportunity. So why don't I create it? And you pull in your forces, you call up a couple people that are good at whatever you need, web design or whatever, and you say, hey, listen, let's create this thing. And this is how inventors and very successful people have come up with amazing things. They see the opportunity in the gaps, right? And they see the opportunity in things that aren't working. They see that there's an opportunity to become something else. And a lot of people have left companies because it was an opportunity for them to go seek what they truly desired instead of staying in it and trying to make that work. You can't. It's impossible. You're infringing on free will. They want to stay there in those frequencies. Let them. You obviously resonated with them on some level, but if you're not now, get out. Why is that so fearful? We don't like change. We want what we're in to work. If it's not, then what do you need to do? What do you need in a positive way to do the N word, right? Need is usually saying lack. But what's required for you to change a situation into one that you desire? There are no problems. There are only opportunities and lessons. And every time you get something in your face, how you look at it is what makes it a problem or an opportunity. It's how you're seeing it. All right, so here's something that's happening. Maybe you have consistent patterns of something, lack or negative relationships. This is an opportunity for you to look at it and say, what am I doing every single time that's consistently keeping me in that place? I must change that pattern, that thinking, how I'm approaching things, if I'm a victim or if I'm taking charge. And I have to take charge now. The opportunity for me here is to now become a different person, which will give you different results, right? Can you do this? Of course you can do it. Look at every single thing that you don't like during the day and say, what's the opportunity here? Maybe it's just for you to learn how to be patient. Sometimes we get all panties in a bunch, right? So, start with that, start your day with that, and say, what's the opportunity here? And you will start to become creative. Doors will open up for you because you're going into positive expansion mode, right? There's no such thing as failure. There's only expansion. You're strong and powerful, whole and beautiful and abundant and peaceful and loving. I sort of had a little glitch there for a split second. I wish you great success in your day and ongoing. Make it happen. Namaste.